Hi, this is Jim Stephenson. This is my third question in a series I'm doing. I received an email from a gentleman asking me about the bass trombone concerto that I have composed to be premiered by the Chicago Symphony with Riccardo Muti in just under 2 weeks, actually a little bit more than 1 week, and Charlie Vernon is the soloist. And so this is question number 3, which is, how did I organize the piece in terms of the form, movements, styles, tempos, mood? It's a unique form for this piece, I will admit. It's a 2-movement concerto, and when I received the notice of when the piece would be premiered, I realized that I would be having a milestone birthday that year, which is this year. Just this past February, I turned 50 years old, and yeah, you can see it right there. And so when you get to be 50, maybe some of you know this, you start to think of life a little bit differently. And specifically, I know this is silly, but I've always thought of, I think many of us do, 100 years, right? If you're lucky, you make it that far, so 50 is halfway there. And so the piece is literally like this. The shape is a big arc. The tempo, the mood in the beginning is pulsing, like we're coming to life, maybe even giving birth to a bass trombone, if you will. And the bass trombone enters, and things start to speed up as the music and as the mood matures. There's some adolescence with some jazzy music and fun music, and it gets more exciting. And finally, as we get to the top, the end of the first movement, the music is proud. It is fully grown up, fully mature, and just, it knows where it is in life. The second movement, of course, starts right there, the same kind of feeling, just bold, bravura, just extremely confident music. And as you might imagine, since I already did this shape, it's not suggesting a decline in health or mental capacity or anything like that. It's just that now that I'm 50, I know this. You start to reflect. You start to look back, and your bones do on occasion ache a little bit more than they used to. And so the music sort of reflects this, and gradually phrases that used to go up in the first half of the first movement, they start to go down in the second movement. And finally the piece winds down to an extremely lyrical and reflective moment, which I've entitled the epilogue, because this is where perhaps at the end of one's life, you are looking back, and yes, there's a degree of sadness. And originally, I thought I would end the piece this way. But it then occurred to me that, and actually with Charlie's help, that this music needed to have a proud finish. Like, you've done a lot in that life, you're looking back now, and you are extremely happy with just trying your hardest and everything you've put into that existence. And so the music does end with the same pulsing, a lot of the same motifs, because it is our life, the bass trombone's life, and but it does have a proud finish. So it's a 2-movement concerto with this epilogue.